Okay, tonight we've decided to come down the road a bit further. This one here is a restaurant that they opened up, I think we saw it about 12 months ago. It's called the Canal House. Again, I'll leave a link down in the description box for the Google Maps location. And we're going to go in here and see what it's like to have dinner. It looks very, very, very high class. Okay, darling, you think? She's not been here before either. You've not been here before. Okay, so here we are. We're looking at the menu of the bus. It's not too bad at all. Price-wise, it's pretty average for a Thai restaurant. Got some great views of the Klong here beside us, and I've got even better views because I've got my girlfriend in front of me. But we'll get something ordered and have a bit of a chat. Well, anyhow, this is the restaurant here. It's got a live band playing with pretty much the same as what we had at the Rome. So far, we only heard half a track, so we really can't be a judge of the music, but I wasn't offended by what I heard. So, as I said, the restaurant pricing or the meal pricing is not too bad at all. I think I've ordered the deep fried sea bass. That was 180 baht, some fried rice and some soup. So that should tide us over. And of course beer and Bacardi Breezer for my girl. Hopefully at a break time I do want to have a bit of a chat about our channel and the things that are going on and maybe sort of throw out some questions for you guys. But for now, you know, this is the restaurant. It's called the Canal. I think it was called the Canal House. So just a quick pan around so you can see what it's all about. No, I don't want to walk around. As you can see, it's fairly large and very well lit. You like? You like this place?
Yeah, I like.
I'm using the clip-on mic, so you probably can't hear what you said. And this is the main Klong that goes, separates, I suppose, Ban K from Nong Ken. It's also where we spent, I think, last Songkran when we came out for the water fights. Just up the road there a bit was where we decided to park and bombard everybody with our water. And don't forget, we'll be doing that again this year. Whether we do it in Bangkok or in Sukhothai, that's another question. I really don't know. And my girl, she's looking so beautiful as always. Why you look so beautiful, darling? Why you look beautiful?
Because I eat somtam.
You eat somtam, yeah. Okay. It's one thing I do like about Thai restaurants. The food usually always seems to come pretty fast. It never comes in the order you would like it to come in, but actually that hasn't done too bad today. We've had the rice and the soup arrive first, and then 5 minutes later get the fish. But how does that look for deep fried bass? Eh? Doesn't that look absolutely delicious? Full of herbs and spices. And that was 180 baht. You won't believe it, will you? So we got the fried the deep fried bass, the fried rice gong, and sort of a pork and vegetable soup. Not bad for a Sunday evening dinner. And so far what we've had is absolutely been delicious. Anyway, we're going to eat and then we'll have a bit of a chat. Anyway, so here we are tonight at, as I said, the canal. What I wanted to do tonight was really have a chance to throw out some real questions. I noticed on our channel, like I think, well, okay, tonight I think I had 497 subscribers, but by the time this video comes out, we will be at over 500 subscribers, which is another milestone, I guess. We managed to get there just basically on doing some good video that people like, no ranting, no raving, excuse me, and generally seeing great feedback from the channel. Yes, we've got a few people that are a little bit strange. I suppose you're going to get that for any public channel, but ultimately here we are. What is it, February now, so came in September, October, November, December, January, 4 months. So just over 4 months we've been here living in Thailand, and I'm just now I can safely say that I'm feeling settled. Where to take the vlog? It's been sort of going through my mind in the last few weeks is, you know, surely it must get boring for some people who have been watching for 4 months. Then again, we're getting new subscribers all the time, and more people viewing what we do as our personal life, and what I like to say, making our personal life public. What people don't realise is the fact that there is 168 hours in a week, and we're showing you maybe 15 to 30 minutes of it. So in one sense it's a highly edited version of our life. People like to say, are you always this happy? Well, yeah, I personally am always this happy. I don't really have to worry about people or things. You know, I worry about certain things. I worry about global events, but they don't affect my life. I really only worry about the things that are in my circle of influence. If anything's you're going to go hungover. So anything that's not in my circle of influence, I just take it in stride. And I think that's one of the things that the human race has somehow slowly lost touch with. Focus on the things that you can directly affect, right? I can directly affect the life and the well-being of Shania and her family, right? Okay, people like to sort of make comments about I'm always paying, and here it is, I'm saying, yes, I do pay for a good percentage of what we do. But what you don't realise is I already made that decision and accepted that decision 8 years ago when I first thought about coming to Thailand to live. I know that is part of what is involved, but also we don't ever talk about the flip side. You know, I had a very good marriage. I love my wife. I still love my wife. We grew apart. She was very much a home-centered personality, and our daughter had got to 18 years old, and she was starting to feel a little bit unwanted in the whole, you know, family unit, because she no longer could be the caregiver, which was really one of the things that I found most attractive in her. We only had the one child together, and so she wanted to, you know, she just felt out of place. I was a bit more the adventurous type, so what do you have when you have two people together who have been together for 20 years, you've raised a family, you have a mortgage, I hope that music's not going to drown me out, and then you get to that point in 20 years in life, I want to do one thing and she wants to do another. Well, we couldn't raise a new family because I had a medical procedure to make sure that we didn't have any more kids. So that was a bit out of the question. And the age, well, who wants to raise kids back then at 45 years old? It doesn't make sense. But what I was really getting at here is the fact that for that 30 years before, well, 25 years before, I made the decision decision to come to Thailand, right, I was paying. Right? I had a wife, I had a child, I was paying. I was paying for everything. If the money run out, well, we'd all be on the poor street with, come out, going, please help me, right? Just put my finger in the sauce. Excuse me. So here's the thing. Why do the foreigners who watch these videos and have, oh my god, that's actually spicy. Why do they have to make a comment? The rant always pay. Hey, the guys in a proper relationship, founded on love and trust and marriage and raising children, guess what? The guy always pays. What's different in Thailand? I really asked that question. I've thrown that out privately to a few people who've actually raised this issue, right? And I think now I'm bringing it to the video for you to actually have a think about what difference does it make. If it's my choice to want to pay and support the family I've chosen to retire with, is it anybody's concern? Right? Yes, I budget very well. Right? My investment portfolio, if I was to spend everything that I made in a month, right, yes, I would run out of money in 20 years, but I only really spend half of what my investment portfolio makes, and the rest is reinvested. So effectively, I'm supporting my girlfriend, we'll get married, supporting living in the house, keeping a roof over her head, buying food, paying for the amenities. I'm not giving handouts. It's not like, here, go and buy a new car, go and buy this. I'm just making life very comfortable for people. Right? For me, mainly, because they are only too happy to help me and put food on the table and cook for me, do my washing, do everything that I need to do, which I don't like. I'm a guy, I don't really want to sit in front of a washing machine washing my clothes. I know I did it for 10 years, but hey, that's what you do when you're sort of a bachelor. Now I've got somebody to do that for me. There's no questions asked, they just do it. I pay the bills, I just do it. That's the way that the relationship all works together. And everybody's happy doing their bit. So really the question there is, what's the problem? If that's the way you accept that life is going to be, then all the negative comments about the guy's always paying, and if the money runs out, you're out on your ear, well, I accept that. Yes, if the money runs out, I'll be out on my ear. If the stock market crashes, I'll be in a real bit of a situation. But guess what? I've got an IQ of 140. The only thing that stops me working in Thailand is the fact that I don't need to. I know I can probably make 3 phone calls tomorrow and I can be set up in a multinational here out of Thailand doing what I did in Australia. And I wouldn't have the slightest worry of getting those jobs. I was one of the top tier systems engineers in Australia. I was top salary bracket in Australia. I made a good living. I'm not stupid. It was a career. The only thing I don't like about the whole thing is the fact that our company got sold to America and things just went downhill really fast. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but hey, global economies, look at America now. Don't want to get into that conversation. But yeah, so that was just like, I don't want to sound like it's a rant, but we really needed to get this bit of a point out there because I simply answered that same question over and over again. Yeah, the guy pays. This is what we do. Right? I'm not a whoremonger. I'm not in the bars and go-go bars, spending my money left hand over fist, dating bar girls every night. I've got my girlfriend. I don't need anybody else. You've seen her. She outclasses anything you get on the street, anytime, any day, anywhere. Maybe the people who are having these issues really have just looked at their life and sort of said, I wish my life was better. Well, maybe I will cover that in the next video. There's certain things people just simply aren't doing in their life to change the
the situation they're in. Right? Why am I here? Because I decided to take control of my life about 20 years ago. From that point in time, 20 years ago, right, I made some serious long-term decisions. Yes, I've been buckling down and dealing with the shit that everybody has to put up with in life. Right? Not let it get you down. Just if you can affect a change, then make a change. If the government is not the government you like, well, think about it. Did you vote? Did you vote for the right person? Or maybe you did something wrong there. Stop whinging, complaining about the fact that in a democratic society, your vote didn't go your way. That's the way it works. We've been dealing with this in Australia for like 15 years, it seems like now, where we've had governments been elected on minority parties making decisions on passing bills about whether the government can actually fund their projects. Right, so effectively the Australian government has been ruled by the decisions of one or two people, right, for at least the last 15 years, right, because that's what happens when you've got a sitting government and you've got like a 51-49% split and you don't have enough votes in the House to actually affect a decision. You've got to go to the minorities and say, hey, this is what we want to do, we need to pass this bill, right, you need to come on board with us. That's the way our democracy works. It's not the best system, but at least there's no bloodshed really in that type of system. Well, effectively there shouldn't be, but looking at the way government is going these days, I reckon for the next 5 years we're going to see the whole democratic system fall apart, because it's no longer a democratic society. It's a society driven by multinational corporations. But that's again another discussion. I'd love to have these discussions, but I don't even know whether you guys want me to have my little say on these sort of things. So what I'm doing in this video, so we just had a great, look, I'm absolutely stuffed again, so much for my diet, but here we are. I'm ready to now take the channel to a new level, get more Q&A stuff going. I'll go back through the last comments for the last 4 months and start looking at some of those questions that people have been throwing out there. I answered a lot privately with different people. One of the things that we find difficult with YouTube is simply the fact that most people on YouTube are anonymous. Now, the people I've obviously met through YouTube who have come to Facebook and friended me on Facebook, and we get having conversations. We're, meeting people here, who have met us on YouTube, and it wasn't something I planned when I first came here, but it's definitely part of the way the things are working, and I'm really enjoying that. I know I've got a lot of FaceTime here, and probably, like, last thing you want to see is probably, me for 20 minutes having a chat, but what we're trying to do here is we're trying to have a channel, right, that is completely about two people living their life in Thailand, having and growing together, having a life together, dealing with the things that we have to deal with. And yeah, it's not all a bed of roses, and I think we've mentioned that on a few people's other channels in the comments. Yeah, we do tend to come across the fact that it's a bed of roses sometimes. That's only because you're seeing 30 minutes out of 168 hours. It's not always a bed of roses. Mind you, the two of us don't really have any problems. The only problems I really have to deal with is my visa process that I have to do the check-in every 90 days. Every year I've got to go and renew my visa, which means I've got to get a little bit in their face and tell them how much money I've got invested, which I don't mind doing, because that just sets you up for being one of those elite slipper people. Then it's always been the way. People who win the lotto and things like that, it's this money situation, they get hounded by people who don't. Well, luckily I've been able to avoid that. No, I haven't won the lotto or the lottery or anything else like that. It's hard-earned money. Right, that was another question somebody asked, and I thought I'd clear that up as well. Yes, I had a house, but my wages and salary went onto my mortgage. My mortgage got lower, the house price raised. Yes, I did buy my father's house, so I probably could have paid him rent for the rest of my life and not have ever had a mortgage. But it was one of those things, that's what you do. But anyway, look, you probably had a look. We'll get more of this stuff coming. What I really want to know is, do you guys want me to take the channel in this direction and answer questions about how I think about things? Because this is what I seem to be getting as a feedback. People want to know more about what I've done. How did I get here? What are the traps? There's a lot of good vloggers here doing Thailand. I think American in Bangkok, Malin, I can't remember his name, but he does some good in-your-face videos, information-based about what you... Scott Malin, that's the name. He does great information-based videos. I'd like to see him do more out and about stuff in Thailand. I know he's in Bangkok. I should sort of give him a call and link up with him and have a good old chat with him at some stage. He's been here for a few years and he knows more about living in Thailand than I do. I've had 4 months experience, he's had like 15 years, so he's fairly well knowledgeable on that. I can only give what I know and my points of view from my limited time here, so that's why I really haven't gone into much of that. And it is such a very dynamic society. One day this will be the way it works and the next day it'll be completely different, because that's what happens under military rule. No, it's not my birthday, it's somebody else's birthday. So at the end of this year, the military junta say that they're going to give back the government to the people, but quite honestly, I've seen some changes here in the last 2 years in Thailand. We've had more infrastructure projects built and completed in the last 2 years than I've seen in here since the 12 years I've been coming to Thailand. Right, so the 10 years prior to the junta, right, things just basically were stalled. Nothing got done. Bribes were being taken, bribes were being met, money was being made, but nothing got done. In the last 2 years, we've seen the best infrastructure projects launched in Thailand. Right, people are generally happy with the way things are being run. You can see it, like apart from the king passing last October, it's now been over the 100 days and we're now starting to see some colour back in the population. Yes, the government will still be in their mourning until October this year, but that's only from the government perspective. But how much does that really affect the average society? What we're seeing here is we're seeing people enjoying themselves, going out and enjoying their life again. Really, this is the best time of the year to come over if you're a visitor. January, February, the weather's just perfect. We've had a bit of rain in the south, but outside that, we haven't really had any rain here for the last 2 weeks. It's just, I think it's a nice 24 degrees, it's about 60% humidity, and it's generally just a very, very pleasant time in Thailand. Yes, it's going to last for probably another 2 to 3 weeks, and then once it gets to March, the temperature starts to get up there in the 30s and 40s. I don't think actually it gets to the 40s. But anyhow, so that's enough for tonight. I wanted to do this one-on-one, face-to-face, uncut, unedited, because it really, I think that's one of the things I think people are finding charm in our channel. I just want to just talk about our life. I don't want to cut and chop and change and take bits and pieces out, because it's from the heart, right? This is what we're experiencing. Anyway, so I'll wrap up the video now and we'll pay the bill and we'll say our goodbye when we head for the car. So catch you in a minute. This restaurant also has private function rooms, it seems. And a decent car park to park your car in too. Anyway, so that's the video for tonight. So I hope you enjoyed it. So definitely sort of throw some comments in there. I'll try to see if I can get, hopefully if I get this right, there's a polling system we can put on the video as well. If I can get that working, I'll put that up as well, so we can actually throw out some questions and see, run a bit of a poll. If I can't work it, then it won't be there. But other than that, we'll catch you up in a few days. So bye for now and take care, and we'll see you again soon.
See you again too. Bye bye everybody. Bye bye.
Bye bye.